Georgina is a part of me. She's helped me so much. Obviously, I'm in love with her. One day we'll get married, that's for sure. That's also my mother's dream. So one day, why not? She's amazing. She's my friend. We talk. I open my heart to her, and she opened hers to me. One day Junior asked me for an iPhone, but I said no. He wanted a phone to contact me with, but I told him to call me with his grandma's phone. I want to pass on to Junior the fact that you've got to work hard to get something. Education is the best gift I can give him. One day I took him to where I grew up. He said, "Did you really live here, Dad?" He couldn't believe it. I really wanted him to see where I grew up. He already knew Madeira and the Marquês de Pombal residence. He went up with me, and there were even people who lived there from before. That moved me, if I'm being honest, because I didn't expect to see the same people. That really touched me. Another time that stands out is when I won the Champions League final in Cardiff. When I was on the pitch, after the final whistle, I felt like we'd sent a message to the entire world. But when Junior came onto the pitch to celebrate the title with me, it was like everything had changed in a blink of an eye. All my emotions changed in an instant. It makes me think of my years as a young player. When I started playing professionally, age 17, my mother could barely watch me play because of the stress. She came to see me play at the old José Alvalade Stadium, and she was so nervous during big games that she fainted on a number of occasions. Seriously, she lost consciousness. Doctors began prescribing her with sedatives so she could watch my matches. My father was a different matter. When I was little, I played in the street. My father saw me and wanted me to join Andorinhos FC's youth team. He looked after the club's jerseys, and I knew that it would make him proud to see me play there. On the first day, there were lots of rules that I didn't understand. But I loved the feeling that came with winning. My dad was on the edge of the pitch for every game, with his big beard and his work clothes, but my mother and sister, they didn't like football, so my dad did everything to convince me to take an interest. He was like my first agent. I can still remember coming home with him and him saying, "Hey, Cristiano scored a goal." We always made choices together as a family. I think that's the best source of strength. It's something that drove me and resulted in me coming here. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible, because sometimes you have off days. When you're going through tough moments in your career, you can see that certain people, they're there for you. And my parents are always there. With Mom, it's more about education. We talk about everything. I tell my mom everything, even about my girlfriends. She knows everything. She's my confidant. Even when I go shopping, my mom comes along. We have the same taste. She takes photos and sends them to me. But often she takes them without asking, and she doesn't make mistakes. That's another way in which we have a strong bond.
Antonella, you mean everything to me. You are an incredible partner. You always understand how I'm feeling, especially in difficult moments. You are an exceptional woman. A woman who has barely any bad days, who is always in a good mood. Such a wonderful person. We have been together for 11 years now, but we've known each other for even longer. It all started in our childhood. We both fell in love instantly. I think that's what they call love at first sight. The one thing I am sure of is that there is nothing more beautiful than you, Antonella. I love you so much. Everything was so complicated when I left Argentina for Spain. We couldn't communicate easily. Remember the emails, the calls and the letters. It was all so expensive. It was so hard to maintain our relationship. But look at us now, reunited again in our very own wonderful family. I learned to see things differently thanks to you, Antonella. You gave me the most beautiful gift, making me a father to our 3 children, Tiago, Mateo and Ciro. Everything has changed since they arrived. Each of their births gave me such an amazing feeling. And yet, they are all so different. When I get home after a defeat, there is one thing which makes me feel better. Seeing you 4, my family. Being at the dinner table all together. Losing football matches always hurts me, but I realise that it's nothing compared to what you represent for me. Tiago's birth opened my eyes. Before, I used to close myself away in a room for hours without eating anything. But today, thanks to you, I learned that there are more important things than football. Thank you, Antonella, for this amazing gift. My biggest goal is not to win the Ballon d'Or or the Champions League. I would like to have a daughter so our family grows even bigger. I'm proud of you and I love you so much.